Hey, this is Tuan Aditya from LightHaven. Today we're going to be trying to answer a question that I get asked quite often, which is that which leg or which hand do I like to keep in front when I am working with knives? Let's look at two contexts. The first one is going to be when me and Zarir are sort of at a long range or whatever constitutes long range with the knife that you're using. For now, we're going to assume that I cannot reach Zarir's body, Zarir can't reach my body, and maybe I can reach just about his elbow, or maybe somewhere between his elbow and his bicep. Somewhere around here is fine, but I cannot reach Zarir's body, right? And I need to get past Zarir's weapon to be able to reach Zarir's body. Now in this context, I prefer having my weapon hand in front. In this context and in any other context where I am further away from Zarir, not closer, further away from Zarir, for whatever bizarre reason you decided to get into a consensual knife duel with someone, I don't know why, and you're starting from even further away, I am going to have my weapon hand in front. Again, from really long range to where I can reach maybe around about his bicep, I'm going to start with my knife in front, because my primary thing that I'm looking to do is cut Zarir's weapon. I'm trying to defang that snake to get past to then attack his body. I need to get past, find a way to safely get past his weapon before I can attack his body. And while I'm attacking his body, I need to make sure that he is not able to hurt me with his weapon. Life just becomes easier to do this if my weapon side is in front. In the same vein, I want my empty hand, or Zarir wants his empty hand side to be further away from me than his weapon side. So if Zarir extends both his arms straight, you will see that the weapon arm has a lot more reach than the non-weapon arm. This is what we call blading the body. And now if he goes back, Zarir takes a slightly longer stance, turns his hip a little bit more, keeps his knife nice and tight to him. Now, this is a nice bladed stance that he's in. His non-weapon side is further away from his weapon side. So it's harder for me to reach that side. He's presenting a much smaller target to me than if he was square. His weapon side is in front, his weapon is covering a lot of him, and the non-weapon side, which could have been a target earlier, is further away and it's harder for me to reach. This is how I would like to fight, regardless of whatever grip I'm using, if we and I are in this context. However, if we are closer, where I can reach his body and he can reach my body, and from this range or closer, not where we can work clinching or anything like that, not where maybe I have an underhook or something like that. Imagine he doesn't have a knife in that situation, but not when we are in a situation like this, really close, however you got there, but in a range where my knife can still move, but I can reach his body and he can reach my body. Over here, my live hand becomes really important. My live hand is going to be used to bisect the line of his attacks, maybe grab his hand, maybe jam that bicep, maybe get a collar tie, maybe frame against him. My live hand is going to become really important. And at the same time, so is his live hand. He is going to most likely, this happens very commonly, especially when you're drilling or sparring and you come close range, people start to grab each other's hands, right? Now, yes, there is a bunch of stuff that we can do from here, which could be the topic of a whole other video, but I want to keep my knife protected. I want to retain my weapon. I want to make it harder for him to grab my hand. And so if he comes to grab my hand, I want my hand to be able to pick off his hand. Or if he does grab my hand, again, I want to be able to peel that away. Or if he's stabbing me, I want to be able to parry. He's stabbing me, I want to be able to bisect. He's stabbing me, maybe I want to parry and bisect and then move. But my hand, my live hand, has a very big role to play at this range. And so in this context, I might want my weapon side at the back. Protecting my weapon, it will be my live hand. So my empty hand side is going to be in front. So if Zarir switches sides, my empty hand side is going to be in front. My weapon side is going to be at the back. Again, looking to protect my weapon side. There will be one more difference when I am further away and then when I'm closer. When I'm further away, I can have a more bladed stance. But when I'm closer, because again my live hand's going to be so important, I'm more in a square stance. Yes, okay, fine. Maybe you could even be in a bladed stance with the other hand in front. If I'm looking to maybe get a collar tie or frame up against him, and I'm looking to keep this knife safe, far away from him grabbing it, I could even be in a bladed stance with the other hand in front. But more often than not, you're going to find yourself in a more square stance like this, where I can work, do whatever it is that I need to do. My hips are a little bit more square. So when I'm further away, bladed stance. When I'm a little bit closer, my hips are going to be square, more square. Now, just one big caveat, this is what I prefer. There's no reason why, even at close range, you cannot have the weapon sight in front. There are, in many situations, like if he stabs low, I can go close, I can step out and use that weapon sight to bisect with a slash to the leg and then look to do this. There are many scenarios where a bladed stance can work even at close range. This is my preference. I've come to my preference from a lot of drilling and a lot of sparring. Ultimately, you have to do the same and figure out what is it that you like. As long as you understand the pros and the cons of everything, the pros and the cons of having which leg in front in which range, and the pros and the cons of having your hand in particular positions, loading your knife in particular positions. Everything that you do there, you should know why you're doing it rather than just arbitrarily doing it because it feels natural or because someone told you that this is the way that you should do it. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, if you learned from what you saw, please do like and share this video. Please do subscribe to the channel. If you have anything to add to the discussion, leave that in the comments down below. All of these things really do help out the school and the channel a lot. A huge thank you to all of our patrons. Thank you so much for your support. If you'd like to know more about our Patreon page and the exclusive content that we offer there, check out the link in the description down below. Thank you, Zarir, for all of your help, and thank all of you for watching, and see you guys in the next video.